Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man accused in a decades-old murder case pleads guilty in court.
Plus, protecting right whales is a hot topic as the Fishermen's Forum returns to Rockport.
And organizers of the Cinderella Project are seeking more prom gown donations to make sure all students have a magical night. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Happy Friday to you. We made it once again.
We did.
Another kind of icy morning out there after we had some snow yesterday into last night, so you may want to take it easy there. But as far as the weather goes today, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day as we get ready for another bout of snow coming in late tonight.
It's such a flip-flop week. It's so funny.
Yeah.
At least the sun today. I'll take it.
3 storms in a row.
Right.
You know?
It's weird. Hey, the snowboarders and skiers will be happy this weekend.
Yeah, they will.
Here's Devin Binks with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy
non-resident
Friday. Your first weather forecast sponsored by the Mortrude team of Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. We have advisories to talk about this morning. We have winter storm watches in effect until Saturday at 8 p.m. Storm warnings outside our viewing area until 7 p.m. Saturday. Watching for significant snowfall that will take place in these areas happening later on tonight and parts of tomorrow. We also have gale watches posted until 1 a.m. Sunday. Gale warnings now until 7 p.m. Saturday for a few areas because it will be stirring up the ocean. And again, the radar is quiet out there at this point, so that's good. Nothing too ridiculous happening just yet, but we'll be watching for more active weather coming up late tonight and in parts of the daytime tomorrow. Hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime period today, a beautiful day out there with a lot of sunshine and temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
All right, thank you, Devin. After an hour-long deliberation, a decision has been made in the case of a Brewer man who was accused of shaking his baby to death. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
A jury ruled Ronald Harding guilty of manslaughter on Thursday at Penobscot Judicial Center. Harding was charged with manslaughter after causing the death of his 6-week-old son Jaden by violently shaking the child on Memorial Day in 2021. Kayla Hartley, the baby's mother, performed CPR on the baby prior to paramedics arriving on scene. Emergency crews transported Jaden to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center, where the baby was pronounced dead. The jury reached a guilty verdict after defense attorney William Ash and Assistant Attorney General Leanne Robin delivered their closing arguments.
He knew better than to smack Jaden's head on a surface. A person who uses his adult strength to shake a baby or cause a baby's head to hit a surface is certainly reckless or criminally negligent.
In this case, the evidence has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Ronald Harding is innocent. As he said, his son was everything to him.
The verdict was based on several factors, including medical evidence and testimonies from Dr. Jane Turner, a forensic pathologist from Vermont, and Dr. Liam Fuente, Maine's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner. The defense was also claiming the subdermal hemorrhaging on Jaden's brain could have happened days prior to Memorial Day in 2021. Harding is currently being held without bail at Penobscot County Jail and could face up to 30 years in prison. A sentencing date has not been set yet. In Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A man charged in a decades-old case pleaded guilty to murder Thursday afternoon. Gerald Goodale was sentenced to 32.5 years in prison for the death of 20-year-old Janet Brochu of Waterville back in 1987. Police say Brochu was out with friends on Christmas Eve but separated from her group and disappeared. Her body was found in the Sebasticook River in Pittsfield in March of 1988. Police say Goodale was part of the original investigation, but new evidence helped prosecutors bring the case to a grand jury. He was charged with her murder in 2021. Brochu's family members say they are happy with the sentence and it will bring them some closure.
Justice was partially served. You know, of course, we all die and we all get judged, right? But again, I forgave him for his part, what he did to me and my family. And I also can say that for my uncle and my aunt, that they wanted to know for sure who did it. But I know what type of people they were, and they would have forgiven him too.
Goodale is already serving time for the 1988 killing of Geraldine Finn. Today's sentence will run concurrent with his present sentence. He could be released from prison in 2041 at the earliest. He will be in his 80s.
Well, meanwhile, the Piscataquis County Grand Jury has indicted a Guilford man for attempted murder. 41-year-old Tori Littlefield was arrested in January of 2022 after police received a 911 call from a woman claiming Littlefield had assaulted her, shot at her, and threatened to burn down her home. The woman told police Littlefield woke her up because he was mad that the electricity in the house wasn't working. He allegedly shot at her 3 times. Penobscot County District Attorney Chris Alme says when police arrived, they were able to see bullet holes and also found a shell casing. Littlefield was also indicted on a variety of other charges, including domestic violence assault, domestic violence, criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon, and criminal mischief.
The Maine Supreme Judicial Court set aside the sentence of a man convicted of murdering another man outside a Bangor nightclub. 37-year-old Rayshawn Moore was found guilty in the stabbing death of 25-year-old Demetrius Snow. It happened in the parking lot of the Half Acre nightclub on Harlow Street in Bangor in 2020. The justices upheld Moore's conviction. However, they agreed with his attorney that the judge in the case should not have considered the fact that Moore decided to go to trial as a sign he had no remorse, which was a possible factor in his sentence.
In other news, former Sullivan Select Board Chairman Michael Pinkham resigned from his board position and his role as harbor master on February 27th, following the resignation of Sullivan Town Manager Stacy Tozier. Pinkham claimed that the job had become too stressful for him to continue. Pinkham says he tried to make effective changes during his time in the role and that he didn't want to resign but felt it was the right call given the frustrations that he experienced.
It's a very thankless job to be a public official in town. And the only satisfaction you get out of it is knowing that you're trying to do things right. And because you certainly don't, some towns you don't get paid to be selectmen. In Sullivan you get paid a small fee, but the amount of time that it takes and the stress that it puts on you to get everything done is just overwhelming.
Sullivan is a great place to live, and he will continue to volunteer throughout the town in his spare time. He also says he hopes that the board will find a good candidate to fill the role.
The Maine AFL-CIO is speaking out after they say Maine Senator Angus King has been involved in bipartisan talks with other congressional members on the possibility of raising the Social Security retirement age. The group says at a time when life expectancy has been declining for many Americans, it's, quote, absurd to even consider raising the retirement age to receive full Social Security benefits. They say Social Security is a critical lifeline for working class people, and that age discrimination is a real problem for folks who, for one reason or another, have to search for a job in their 50s and 60s can encounter age-based barriers.
I think that if these senators and congresspeople had spent their lives working in construction or fishing or the logging industry, I don't think that they would be so quick to discuss raising the retirement age to 70 years old. Do we really want to force nurses, teachers, and restaurant workers to work until they're 70 years old before they can retire? People get burned out and exhausted. And just because you're still alive in your late 60s doesn't mean you're still able to work full time like you did when you were much younger. Mainers deserve to retire in dignity.
They say what Congress should be doing is looking for ways to strengthen and even expand Social Security, including lifting the cap on high-income earners. The Maine AFL-CIO represents the interests of roughly 200 labor organizations with more than 40,000 members.
A federal court is allowing an active petitioner to weigh in on a lawsuit against his town. Federal Judge Lance Walker has granted Charlie Sidman the title of intervener in a lawsuit against the town of Bar Harbor, following a vote that would limit the number of cruise ship passengers allowed in the town to a maximum of 1,000. A group of local businesses filed a suit against the town to overturn that decision. Sidman was an avid supporter of the regulation and says he filed to be an intervener in that case to be the voice of all of those in the town who also voted in support of limiting cruise ship passengers in Bar Harbor.
We are now at the table. We have a full-fledged seat at the family table. We participate in any mediation. We participate in discovery. We participate in fully if it gets into a courtroom.
This time the lawsuit is still pending in court and a limit remains in place. Sidman believes that the court case could be resolved by next fall. So it looks like at least that limit will remain in place for this upcoming summer season.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
The time now is 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, firefighters springing to action to rescue 2 dogs that fell through the ice in Kittery.
But first, another check of our forecast. It looks like we'll have a beautiful, mostly sunny day today with highs up near 37 degrees. Snow showers move in late tonight with lows dropping down to around 18. The snow will continue tomorrow morning before finally wrapping up. The highs on Saturday around 30.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Steve Harvey powers the X Team.
If roles were reversed, what might the turkey do to you on Thanksgiving?
Eat my drumstick. On Family Feud.
On ABC7.
You were on parole, you were wearing an ankle bracelet.
Yeah, I cut my ankle bracelet off and took off.
The cops came over looking for him.
Is this the worst thing your brother's ever done?
I believe so. I don't feel that I can trust him anymore.
Hot Bench. Friday at 3 on ABC7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. 2 dogs are doing okay after falling through the ice in Kittery. Firefighters were able to rescue them within just a matter of minutes. The rescue happened on a pond just off Route 236. It was just after 1 yesterday afternoon when the pups spotted some geese out on the ice. They weren't on a leash, so they took off running. The dogs broke through the very thin ice. Their handler initially thought about going out there himself, but realized it wasn't safe. That's when the fire department was called in to help. The fire chief says they go through constant training for these exact kind of situations, especially because the ocean is right here and there are many ponds in the area.
A lot of people think the only thing we train on is how to fight a fire. It's much more in depth than that.
One thing I learned is to make sure to zip up the rescue suit all the way because I got soaked. So that was a good learning moment for me.
This was Leiden's very first rescue. He just got trained in this a couple months ago. The man who was out here, with the dog says they are warming up tonight by the fire. He is very thankful for those first responders.
Very glad they got the pups, and hopefully next time they zip up that suit. Sounds cold. Well, a local community initiative is still looking for donations to help dreams come true. The Cinderella Project, based out of the Waldo Community Action Program, is in need of more plus-size prom dress donations. According to the president and CEO of the Maine Cinderella Project, Donna Kelly, all donations are welcomed and can be dropped off at any Days Jewelers location.
The goal of the Cinderella Project of Maine is we want to promote self-esteem and positive body image, and we welcome any student to these events. We're LGBTQ plus friendly, we welcome all students, and we want to make sure that there's a wide variety of dresses for everybody to choose from.
Well, right now, the Maine Cinderella Project is gearing up for its first giveaway event, which will be held at the Wentworth Event Center on April 15th. If you don't have any dresses to donate but would still like to give to the cause, monetary donations could be made through the Waldo CAP website. Such a wonderful program. Not everybody can afford those. I mean, sometimes prom gowns are like a couple hundred more than that.
They're so expensive.
So expensive. And so they gather all those dresses because a lot of times people will only wear them once.
Because you know all about that.
I've been to a bunch of proms way back in the day.
Yes.
So, I should have bought a tuxedo a long time ago. I worked so many times.
And tuxes are even more expensive.
They're crazy,
ridiculous. And not even considering the fact that if you're plus size,
yep.
I mean, It only gets more expensive as it's more
Yeah,
complicated.
you need the shoes, the accessories,
You need a
all those
tailor.
things.
It's
so
ridiculous.
So this is nice. This is helping a lot of people there in the Belfast area
Right.
have a really magical night.
And they're inclusive, and they're doing the best they can. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for them. The time now is 6:15. After the break, we'll have an inside look at the 48th Annual Fishermen's Forum that occurred at the Samoset Resort in Rockport yesterday.
Plus, we'll hear from a student of the Literacy Volunteers of Bangor who says her life has drastically changed since her lessons. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Every year, tens of thousands of older Mainers are abused or taken advantage of, usually by a trusted family member. Don't sign away your home. Even if promised you can still live there, don't hand over your checkbook or credit card. Don't sign legal papers like a loan document or power of attorney without talking to a lawyer first. Protect yourself, your assets, your independence. Free, confidential legal advice is just a phone call away. Call Legal Services for the Elderly.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Voltaren, the joy of movement.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
An important Maine industry event is back in person for the first time since 2020. Our David Ledford reeled in the details.
The 48th Annual Fishermen's Forum kicked off on Thursday at the Samoset Resort in Rockport. The event brings together fishermen, scientists, and seafood dealers from across New England to discuss the latest issues affecting the industry.
It's a place to break down barriers and really get to know the issues much better in a more informal, laid-back atmosphere.
The three-day forum started with Shellfish Focus Day, which included seminars ranging from growing clams to offshore wind energy. Industry professionals also began prepping for the popular trade show, which will run on both Friday and Saturday. Some exhibitors spoke about the value the event brings to Maine.
I think our biggest goal with the Fishermen's Forum is to reach out to young people who are getting into fisheries and aquaculture and see how we can provide resources for them, help train them and get them the support that they need to start new businesses on the working waterfront.
New industry talks will take place each day, including discussions about Maine lobsters and endangered right whales.
The fishing industry and the commercial marine industry and aquaculture is so critically important to Maine. It is so important to our economy, and you can't take anything for granted. You really do need to participate. Honestly, don't take it for granted. Participate, participate, participate. And this is the place to do it.
The forum is also a family-friendly event through and through. Kids will be treated to an open family swim, movie screenings each afternoon and evening, crafts, and more. The forum will wrap up with a seafood banquet on Saturday. In Rockport, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Literacy Volunteers of Bangor is dedicated to helping people learn to read and write, no matter their age or ability. And we now have a chance to highlight some of the work that they do. Meet Cindy Duell. Up until 7 years ago, Cindy had a hard time reading and writing. She says she was bullied and called names throughout her childhood. She entered foster care at the age of 16 and then a year later decided to quit school. And then one day her husband saw a commercial for Literacy Volunteers of Bangor. She found her tutor there, and today she is one of their many success stories. She says Literacy Volunteers has changed her life.
I get to read different books. I can read prescriptions now. I can read stuff at the grocery store. I can read instructions on a bag to cook something. My life is awesome. It has gone from I want to say living in hell to living in this happy, beautiful world.
Well, Literacy Volunteers wants you to know it is never too late to learn to read and write. Head on over to lvbangor.org to learn more about that. As we told you yesterday, too, they're also getting ready for their annual tea.
Right.
To help raise money for that.
And they always need volunteers for those sorts of things. So,
yeah.
So if you want to help somebody learn to read, there you go, or refine their reading skills.
Visit their website.
There
You can really change a life just by spending a few hours with them.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a note for you, too. Tomorrow's stormy weather will interfere with this weekend's high school basketball tournament games. The Maine Principals Association has postponed the Saturday afternoon games, which were scheduled for both Bangor and Portland. The Class B games will now be held Saturday night at the Augusta Civic Center. The Ellsworth girls will take the court against Spruce Mountain at 7:05, and then the Orono boys will compete against Oceanside following that matchup. The Class D games have been moved to Monday night at the Cross Center. All the games planned for the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland on Saturday night will still go on as planned. It's just kind of messing up some of those afternoon games.
Right.
So,
I know this whole week of snow has kind of been funky for them.
Yeah.
So
be careful if you are heading down there. I think they're expecting a lot more snow than we're going to get.
Right.
So
I know. I'm heading down there, so I got to be careful.
Yeah, I know you are. So drive safe.
Well, the time now is 6:21.
Let's get a full look at that forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we are. Storm watch posted until 8 p.m. Saturday here for the counties highlighted here in blue. We're in storm warnings outside our viewing area. That'll last until about 7 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. Both of these areas for accumulating snow that will be expected. Along the coast, we have wind that'll be a problem as well. We have gale watches posted here until Sunday morning at around 1 a.m. Gale warnings until 7 p.m. for these areas highlighted here. And we're going to keep this rolling for a while yet with gusty winds that will be on the way. And the wave heights are already active out there this morning, ranging from around 3 to 9 feet according to some of the buoys. And with some mind in the active weather on the way, we'll see the wave heights increasing with the next moving in. So around the region right now, we're looking pretty decent. We had a little bit of snow through recently. That's all gotten out of here. So today we're going to be nice with a lot of sunshine, the calm before the storm. Well, that will change for the daytime tomorrow as we're watching this system right here getting its act together, causing a lot of problems in the southern U.S. with severe weather in these areas. We'll be watching the system tracking off towards the north and east and giving us that opportunity for some snow. But high pressure is going to play a role here in the system because that will prevent the snow from going further off towards the north and east. So it's time all this out with Futurecast. So a lot of sunshine for us today. Nothing to worry about there. Clouds move in later on tonight. By early tomorrow morning, by about 6 to 7 o'clock or so, we'll watch for snow that'll be moving in. The line that this moves in will be the trick here because, again, we have high pressure to the north sending dry air in our direction. So some areas will hardly see any snow, while others will see a good amount of snow. And we'll keep this going through the day on Saturday. By Saturday night into Sunday, the snow starts to taper off. We'll hold on to the clouds for a while yet as we head towards your Sunday. Here's the thing right now for accumulations, thinking at about 3 to 4 inches along the Bangor area before things start to back off. Farther down towards the south and west, more snow, maybe at around 3 to 6 inches in these areas before we're all finished up with locally higher amounts. And you have to go into the southwestern parts of the state to notice maybe up to 12 inches in a few spots. So we'll need to keep an eye on that closely. Over 30s today, mostly sunny. The northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, 18 degrees, mostly cloudy, snow showers moving in late. The east wind at about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, snow likely 30 degrees, overall about 2 to 6 inches. Lesser totals off towards the east with more off towards the west. East wind at about 25 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Mostly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the lower 40s. Lower 40s again on Monday with a mostly sunny sky. More snow on Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
This story becomes an international murder mystery.
It's official that they're dead?
So many details just didn't add up.
I would never do anything to hurt either one of them.
Everything is on the line.
2020 tonight on ABC.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard a senior planning center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
Complete Tire Service Incorporated in Ellsworth would like to wish the Ellsworth girls basketball team good luck in the state finals. We've got the best brands of tires and best service to get you to your destination. Complete Tire Service Incorporated. We've been servicing the local area since 1964.
Markdown Madness has started at the Furniture Gallery, and we're in the game to save you money. Introducing our starting lineup. 10% off all in-stock recliners for the best seat in the house. 10% off all adjustable bases to upgrade your sleep and be game day ready. And up to 70% off all clearance items. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. Hurry in to catch all the action. Find your best value at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Congratulations on a great season and good luck to Dexter girls basketball. Go for the gold from Berg Activewear and crew. Best wishes, Dexter girls basketball team in the state tournament from Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, 191 East Main Street, Dover, Foxcroft.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Rescuers continue to search for the missing following this week's deadly train crash in Greece. Drone footage shows a thick fog engulfing the site, where cranes cleared a large part of the mangled wreck. More than 350 people were on board when a passenger train collided with a freight train on Tuesday. At least 57 people are confirmed dead and many others are injured. Many of them were university students returning from a weekend of celebration. Greek rail workers went on strike yesterday, blaming government neglect as the cause of the crash. A railway employee has taken responsibility for the collision and has been charged with manslaughter.
Meanwhile, after weeks of emotional testimony from more than 75 witnesses, it took just hours before the jury decided Alex Murdaugh was guilty in his South Carolina double murder trial. Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
Guilty verdict. Disgraced South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh is guilty of killing his wife and son and possession of a weapon in a violent crime. Verdict guilty. After just a few hours of deliberations, verdict guilty. The jury returned the 4 guilty verdicts. Verdict guilty. Murdaugh remained emotionless as the verdict was read.
And he may be taken away.
In handcuffs, he was taken out of the South Carolina courtroom. The defense attempted to ask for a mistrial. The judge said no.
The evidence of guilt is overwhelming, and I deny the motion.
The 6-week trial of hundreds of pieces of evidence and emotional testimony laid out how prosecutors say Murdaugh shot and killed members of his family in 2021 to shift attention as he faced financial ruin and fraud charges. Murdaugh's defense lawyers tried to make the case that, yes, Murdaugh lied, but he did not commit the murders. They blamed the state for overhyping the case against their client.
It doesn't matter who your family is. It doesn't matter how much money you have or people think you have. It doesn't matter what you think, how prominent you are. If you do wrong, if you break the law, if you murder, then justice will be done in South Carolina.
Murdaugh faces 30 years to a maximum of life behind bars without parole. He will be sentenced Friday morning. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
As the reform protest movement continues in Iran, the country's president is calling for an investigation into the poisoning of hundreds of schoolgirls in more than 30 schools nationwide. Fox's Alex Hogan has more from London.
Officials in Iran are ramping up what they call a major investigation after hundreds of students were allegedly poisoned at girls' schools across the country. Iran's president ordering the investigation on Wednesday. A growing number of officials are alleging that these girls are being targeted by religious groups that are trying to send a message against women's education.
In one of the workshops, there was a smell that was like the smell of paint. There was a similar smell on the next floor above as well, and we protectively evacuated the students.
It's not clear how many girls were sickened. One Iranian lawmaker puts the number at almost 900 children in 30 schools nationwide. Some of the most common symptoms include headaches, heart palpitations, and difficulty moving. The committee tasked with leading the investigation says it's, quote, comprised of the best toxicologists and university professors. But the U.S. remains skeptical about Iran's willingness to go after the powerful religious groups that are suspected in these attacks.
To poison girls who are simply trying to learn is simply abhorrent. It's an abhorrent act. We expect Iranian authorities to thoroughly investigate.
Meanwhile, the Iranian government is playing down the poisonings, with some officials suggesting that the U.S. is to blame.
Of course, our enemies like to cause disruptions in the country through their operations, and now they are once again showing up to play with the emotions of the Iranian people.
These incidents take place as protests continue across Iran, prompting a swift crackdown from the regime. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Now, there's a pushback. There is pushback from the first person that came forward to discuss what is now known as Havana syndrome. The U.S. intelligence agencies believe the so-called Havana syndrome did not come from another country. Fox News Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin talks with a person now known as Patient Zero.
Rushing head pressure, kind of like someone was taking a pencil and bouncing it off your eardrum.
December 29th, 2016. Adam, who worked for the U.S. government at the U.S. Embassy in Cuba, became Patient Zero, the first victim of what has since been described as Havana syndrome, suffering from vertigo, dizziness, and in some cases, brain injuries.
As I crossed that threshold into the bedroom, it was like a wave, like a baseball bat almost hit me. So I got on all fours, crawled down my bed, grabbed my technology.
1,500 U.S. employees from China to Moscow and beyond have reported similar attacks. A recent 2-year investigation by the U.S. intelligence community found no evidence of a foreign adversary's involvement and concluded Russia and China do not have this type of weapon.
To say that a foreign adversary doesn't have the same sort of technology or equipment, frankly, is laughable. I mean, it was just 2 years ago that China was bragging that they were using microwave weapons on the Indian border against India. Russia sold a system to China in the early 2000s, and China developed their own off of that and called it Torch 1. So we know that these exist.
In fact, this U.S. patent from 2005 is for a beamed radio frequency energy weapon that can cause some of the described side effects.
I know the technology that was developed in the former Soviet Union, and that technology, in my mind, is perfectly aligned with the type of technology that's needed to deliver targeted, repetitively pulsed, high-power RF energy. This is the technology that, in my opinion, most likely was used, and the Russians were behind it.
At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show. This weekend is non-resident snowmobile weekend. Plus,
the Hirundo Wildlife Refuge will also have some special events going on this weekend. We'll have information about these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events, tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also, see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor. The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Like that?
Yeah,
little groovy music.
It's a little different. We're
Yeah.
switching it up. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Yep.
Little jazzy music about 6:30 in the morning.
You're pretty jazzy.
I am. I've had a lot of coffee. All right, folks, today is Friday, March 3rd, 2023. It is also, I like this one, it's also If Pets Had Thumbs Day. It's just a fun opportunity to imagine what life would be like if our fuzzy little friends had that extra digit. Would they use it for good or evil? I think my dog would use it for evil.
They wouldn't have to be nosing through the trash anymore.
Right.
They could be going and picking out exactly what
Imagine
they want.
them crawling up on the counter though and grabbing that thing. You know.
No, it's good.
So.
They wouldn't any longer be pets if they had thumbs.
Right.
They would just be also citizens.
Right. I'm glad they can't speak either. You know. So
right.
You can go on and on about this one.
I know. They'll call you out if they can speak. Barking is enough.
Yeah, I got a tickle out of that one. If Pets Had Thumbs
That's
Day.
so specific.
So.
I love it. Somebody took the time to request that
Right.
that's a national holiday.
Right.
I love them for that.
Yeah.
They're cool. Okay, well, on this day in history, in 1791, Congress adopted a tax on distilled spirits, which was the first Internal Revenue Act in U.S. history.
Thanks for that.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's never stopped since.
No.
In 1931, the Star-Spangled Banner by Francis Scott Key was adopted as the American national anthem. In 1945, the Allies fully secured the Philippine capital of Manila from Japanese forces during World War II. And in 1960, there was a celebration as Elvis Presley returned to the U.S. after completing his military service in Germany.
Today's birthdays include pop star Camila Cabello, who is 26 years old. Actress Jessica Biel turns 40 today. Six-time NBA All-Star Kyrie Irving is 30 years old. He played for the Celtics. This is also the birthday of Alexander Graham Bell, who was born back in 1847. Imagine what he would think today if he could see our little cell phones we all use now.
I think he'd be disturbed.
Right, how far things have come.
Why is there a person trapped in that small little magic box?
Right. Yeah, that's right. They probably would think it was like evil or something.
Alexander Graham Bell and also our pets. Sometimes I wonder if our pets are like, would you stop staring at the magic box for 5 seconds and give me some attention?
Oh, I know. Freddie does that to me all the time. It's like, come on, man.
Right. When I had a cat, she would take one claw, and if I was sitting, she'd reach up and go, boop.
Yeah. And if they had thumbs, they'd just grab it from your hand.
Right.
Like, come on, take me outside.
Good point. Yeah.
All right, we got to wrap. We got to get into weather now.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we are. A storm watch posted until 8 p.m. Saturday here for the counties highlighted here in blue. We're in a storm warnings outside our viewing area. That'll last until about 7 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. Both of these areas for accumulating snow that will be expected. Along the coast, we have wind that'll be a problem as well. We have gale watches posted here until Sunday morning at around 1 a.m. Gale warnings until 7 p.m. for these areas highlighted here. And we're going to keep this rolling for a while yet with gusty winds that will be on the way. And the wave heights are already active out there this morning, ranging from around 3 to 9 feet according to some of the buoys. And with some mind in the active weather on the way, we'll see the wave heights increasing with the next moving in. So around the region right now, we're looking pretty decent. We had a little bit of snow through recently. That's all gotten out of here. So today we're going to be nice with a lot of sunshine, the calm before the storm. Well, that will change for the daytime tomorrow as we're watching this system right here getting its act together, causing a lot of problems in the southern U.S. with severe weather in these areas. We'll be watching the system tracking off towards the north and east and giving us that opportunity for some snow, but high pressure.
Eating your raspberries. All right, well, we'll have more on the forecast coming up a little later on in the show.
But we have to talk about something before we go.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Let me get the raspberries out of my mouth. Okay.
Yeah, I'll read it.
That's a good call.
All right, this weekend is non-resident snowmobile weekend. Those berries look good, by the way.
Look good.
Between today, March 3rd, and Sunday, March 5th, non-residents are welcome to ride the main trail system as long as they have valid registration from another state or province. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife would like to remind residents as well that this means increased traffic on the trails. To learn more, you can head on to the Maine IFW's Facebook page. I imagine the wardens will be out in force.
Yep.
Enforcing all the rules and regulations this weekend.
Perfect. We got all that snow.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be happy this weekend.
Looks like fun.
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's take a break so you can eat your berries.
Right. Here's Ryan Sudol with the latest with sports.
We'll be right back.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, and Wireless Zone want to send you to see the professional bull riders performing March 10th, 11th, and 12th at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Register to win 2 tickets by stopping by Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. Everything Western for the entire family. And Wireless Zone, your trusted locally owned Verizon authorized retailer. Professional bull riders, an exciting show for the entire family.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day. Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
Welcome in to Fast Break Tournament Edition. Brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out on the hardwood with a little gold ball preview. Ellsworth girls are B North champs, and they'll play Spruce Mountain this weekend for a chance at their first state title ever. Getting there took some growth in more ways than one.
We're going for a gold ball. That's insane.
Ellsworth girls basketball is playing for their first state title in history this weekend after beating top seed Old Town in the B North final.
Well, I cried, but there are tears of happiness. I mean, it was really exciting. It was very overwhelming.
It was a back and forth affair all game, but a late run sealed the victory for the Eagles.
It was crazy to pull ahead in the last minute, so it was a lot of emotion and a lot of just not processing what had just happened. It didn't really hit me until a couple days after that we had just won the main championship.
But they did. Not without some adjusting. The team's lack of experience showed at the start, but in the latter half of the year, the chemistry bloomed.
7 sophomores, 2 freshmen, 2 juniors, and a senior. So very, very young, very inexperienced, and that was my biggest worry.
We didn't really trust each other with the ball. It would be 1 or 2 people scoring, and now it's everyone scoring.
And that growth on the court as players led to even more growth off the court as a family.
This is the closest team I've ever been on. Everyone really likes each other. Everyone's best friends. We're sisters, and it's great. And that's a really big reason of why we won.
That and the legion of Eagles fans that flocked to the Cross Center to see their girls play.
We had so many people show out for us, and I am honestly so grateful for that because we always have trouble getting people to come to our games.
Everyone's always at the guys' games because they're very good, but it took us a while to get the recognition I think that we deserved.
And winning the gold ball would be the ultimate way to cap off an unbelievable season.
It would mean everything to me. I honestly do believe we want it more. I've been watching a lot of Spruce Mountain game tape.
We don't know a lot about the team, so we're just kind of preparing for everything that could possibly get thrown at us and just sticking to what's been working and have a lot planned, and it's going to be great.
Of course, we wish the Eagles good luck in that game. Ahead of the state championship game matchups, which tip off on Friday. Great stuff right there. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Congratulations on a great season and good luck to Dexter Girls Basketball. Go for the gold from Berg Activewear and crew. Best wishes, Dexter Girls Basketball team in the state tournament from Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, 191 East Main Street, Dover Foxcroft.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We decided to take the interview section of our show on the road today up to the Hirundo Wildlife Refuge. We're glad to be joined by our old friend Gudrun again today, and we want to let you know about a fun event that's coming up this weekend. Hey, thanks for joining us today. I guess I'm joining you here today.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming out. It's such a beautiful day.
A wintry day, which is appropriate because you're getting ready to have a Winter Fun Day.
That's right, yeah. So if you'd like to join us on Winter Fun Day, that would be great. So it's this Saturday. And we are here from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we have lots of interesting things for you. And I'm going to keep peeking at my notes because
I know you're going to be having some demonstrations, all kinds of things where people can learn about the great outdoors and some of the programs that are going on up here. One of the things that people can do is they have free snowshoe rental. So if you never gone snowshoeing, you can give that a try.
Yes, we have that. And we also have... again, we start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we have the Mainly Voices from the University of Maine. They will be here singing to us. We have a soup cook-off, so if you want to try some different soups, then you're welcome to do that. We also have a read aloud by Stephanie Mulligan. She will bring a book, and she'll sit by the campfire and read stories to children. We have an ice fishing demo. We have food and beverages. We also have a maple syrup demonstration, how to do, and maybe even to try some of the maple syrup.
That sounds good. Are they tapping trees or something? Or
Larry Beauregard will be doing this, and he will be showing how to do that.
Okay.
And he'll bring some samples he had from his last tapping. So that should be a lot of fun. We also have craft activities for the children, how to make little penguins, really appropriate for the weather, right?
Yeah.
And that will be inside, a craft activity inside the shelter, so for people to keep warm.
That's great.
And one of our trustees will be talking about Ice Age Trail and talk about a little bit about the Ice Age and how Hirundo was formed here. So that will be interesting. We have our mock curling and mock biathlon every year. And then we do this again this year. We also have kayak races in the snow, which...
I was going to say, in the water might be a little cold for that this time of year.
No, we will do this on the snow.
Okay.
So that'd be a different approach to kayaking. We have ice carving demo. The main farm and logging museum will be here. And we have ice fishing demos. So you will learn how to do it and maybe find out what kind of fish are in the pond here. Yeah. And we have activities for animal hiding. What animals hide in the woods? If they hide in the woods, talk a little bit about winter adaptation of animals. And so people can walk around and find them.
It sounds like it's kind of like what the mission is here up at Hirundo, to teach people about the great outdoors, about the local history and that sort of thing. And you can take part in it this Saturday.
Yes, and I think it's, as we walk along in the woods, you can see a lot of tracks of animals. You can ask about it. We'll have some track charts here. People can look them up and try to figure out what they are. And yeah, our mission is to introduce people to the out of doors and to form a relationship with that, because only if you have a relationship with something can you care about it. And that's really what we want people to do, care about the environment. And it's the only blue bubble we have, right? We have only one place, and that's where we are. We need to take care of that.
That's another reason it's so important to bring kids out here too, because they'll be the next people to take care of our lands.
That's right. They will be the ones who form a relationship, and early on relationships are the ones who last the longest.
Any costs for the event this weekend?
Yeah, it is $12 for up to 7 in a car, and then over 7 in a car, it's $30.
Okay.
So,
do you have to register or anything, or just show up?
The easiest way to do that is to go online and sign up through Eventbrite. We also will take have people come to the gate directly. We'll have somebody at the gate, and we suggest people bring cash, because
Kind of hard to swipe credit cards out here in the wild.
Yeah, it's difficult, and the cell phone connections are a little shoddy, spotty around here. So cash works really well, and we have food available. So we have hot dogs and hot dog buns, and so things to eat.
It sounds like a really fun day. Thanks for joining us, or thanks for having me up here, Gudrun. If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, I know we might have a little stormy weather on Saturday. I don't think it's supposed to be too bad at this point. But come on out here and enjoy. If not on Saturday, come up to Hirundo sometime. You're really missing something if you don't. It's a real treasure right near Bangor. It's a good chance for you and your family to get outdoors. All right, let's move ahead. We're going to have the rest of your forecast now.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. They work throughout the state of Maine, serving both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Alrighty, here we are. A storm watch posted until 8 p.m. Saturday here for the counties highlighted here in blue. We're in storm warnings outside our viewing area. That'll last until about 7 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday as well. Both of these areas for accumulating snow that will be expected. Along the coast, we have wind that'll be a problem as well. We have gale watches posted here until Sunday morning at around 1 a.m. Gale warnings until 7 p.m. for these areas highlighted here. And we're going to keep this rolling for a while yet with gusty winds that will be on the way. And the wave heights are already active out there this morning, ranging from around 3 to 9 feet according to some of the buoys. And with some mild and the active weather on the way, we'll see the wave heights increasing with the next moving in. So around the region right now, we're looking pretty decent. We had a little bit of snow through recently. That's all gotten out of here. So today we're going to be nice with a lot of sunshine, the calm before the storm. Well, that will change for the daytime tomorrow as we're watching this system right here getting its act together, causing a lot of problems in the southern U.S. with severe weather in these areas. We'll be watching the system tracking off towards the north and east and giving us that opportunity for some snow. But high pressure is going to play a role here in the system because that will prevent the snow from going further off towards the north and east. So let's time all this out with Futurecast. So a lot of sunshine for us today. Nothing to worry about there. Clouds move in later on tonight. By early tomorrow morning, by about 6 to 7 o'clock or so, we'll watch for snow that'll be moving in. The line that this moves in will be the trick here because, again, we have high pressure to the north sending dry air in our direction. So some areas will hardly see any snow, while others will see a good amount of snow. And we'll keep this going through the day on Saturday. By Saturday night into Sunday, the snow starts to taper off. We'll hold on to the clouds for a while yet as we head towards your Sunday. Here's the thing right now for accumulations, thinking at about 3 to 4 inches along the Bangor area before things start to back off. Farther down towards the south and west, more snow, maybe at around 3 to 6 inches in these areas before we're all finished up with locally higher amounts. And you have to go into the southwestern parts of the state to notice maybe up to 12 inches in a few spots. So we'll need to keep an eye on that closely. Over 30s today, mostly sunny. The northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, 18 degrees, mostly cloudy, snow showers moving in late. The east wind at about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, snow likely 30 degrees, overall about 2 to 6 inches. Lesser totals off towards the east with more off towards the west. East wind at about 25 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your extended forecast sponsored by the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Mostly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the lower 40s. Lower 40s again on Monday with a mostly sunny sky. More snow on Tuesday, highs in the upper 30s.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
Comfort Shoes and More will make winter easier. Next Grip men's and ladies' boots feature cutting-edge technology to make walkways a breeze. Corkers are made with interchangeable soles to conquer the roughest winter conditions. Navitec with the flip it and clip it spikes make you confident no matter what the conditions are. Bruce McDonald's trained podorthist will make sure the fit is perfect for you. See why thousands of people have trusted Comfort Shoes and More for all of their footwear. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
There's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
It's just too dangerous.
Let's rock.
Not all records are good. A new report is sounding the alarm as global carbon dioxide emissions reach new heights.
Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez has the latest on that, plus why some engineers say micro-nuclear reactors could be a solution to providing clean energy of the future.
The world's carbon dioxide emissions in 2022 reached their highest level on record, according to an alarming new report by the International Energy Agency. The greenhouse gas, which scientists say is responsible for contributing to rising global temperatures, is generated when coal, natural gas, and oil are burned to power many forms of transportation, as well as homes, factories, and businesses. On the other hand, the U.S. Energy Information Administration says nuclear reactors don't emit carbon dioxide while they're in operation, but it takes a lot of material to build these massive plants until recently.
Microreactors are an exciting advanced reactor technology.
Engineers at Last Energy are building tiny transportable nuclear reactors like this model in Texas.
Making this a manufacturable, repeatable product, we're going to be able to drastically reduce the cost of delivered energy, making clean energy affordable.
Soon, energy experts say microreactors like this can be used to power things like military compounds, concert venues, hospitals, and schools.
The University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, Purdue University, and Penn State University are all working with companies to explore the use of nuclear power.
The senior director for the Nuclear Energy Institute expects the first microreactors to be up and running sometime between next year and 2026.
For this hour, we'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22.
Have a good day.
Good luck to the Dexter High School girls from Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Find us at mhfcu.com. Good luck to the Brewer Witches boys from Page Employment, 185 North Main Street, Brewer, matching people to jobs since 1945. Good luck to the Brewer Witches boys from Seaboard Security. Security you can trust, safeguarding Maine since 1988.
If you think about it, hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.